Hey y'all. So today I'm going to talk about when to use vernacular in writing versus when not to. Now, what is vernacular? Well, vernacular is what I started this video off with. Hey y'all. So that would be Southern vernacular. And I love Southern vernacular. I grew up in a small town in Texas, and I was determined as a child to not learn grammar because Southerners don't need grammar. And if you try to tell me ain't a word, well, we're going to throw hands. However, I also wanted to be an author, and my mom was an English fanatic. So between those two, we had a lot of fights. But in the end, I did discover something about using vernacular in writing that I think is helpful for a lot of people today who do not want to take their vernacular out whenever they're writing. Now, first of all, I agree that writing should have vernacular in it, but I do think that there is a time and a place for it. So, what I discovered as my mother forced me to get rid of things that were not considered good grammar or not considered traditional words across the whole US, and you get out of the South, I realized that writing essays without vernacular helped me build organization skills, helped me articulate my ideas clear. It helped me prove my arguments by avoiding generalizations. And this last one was probably the biggest one. So here's the thing about vernacular. We use it because it creates a sense of community, and it is like a sub-language where we can understand one another without having to spell everything out. The problem with this is that it creates a inclination to generalize. So what I mean is this: don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's a Southern saying. And if we just say that in our writing, then we're generalizing instead of being specific about what we mean, because we're using a phrase to understand it, which is great for a lot of writing in terms of you want to use all those artistic expressions and tools and vernacular and everything else. But whenever you were first learning to write, so really high school and college, that is whenever you want to learn how to write clearly and express yourself clearly, and then pepper in all that vernacular, but only after you've learned how to express yourself without it. And I think that was what I learned. I want my vernacular to be the icing on the cake, but I don't want it to be a crutch that I use in my writing because I'm unable to express myself any other way. And because of that, that's why I separate whenever I use it versus not. Now, this is coming very handy because as a fantasy fiction author, I want my writing to feel like you're in that world. I use a lot of vernacular in my writing, but I don't keep it Southern or keep it any certain type because I don't want readers to feel like they're in this world. I want them to feel like they're in another world. Anyway, I love to play with language. If you have any other tips or ideas or just stories about your vernacular, maybe your English teacher came after you for using it, I love to hear it because I can relate. Y'all have a great day.